Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. Hey, I just want to start out by thanking everybody who watches my videos and everybody who comes in to visit me afterwards or before or when they've just discovered me through YouTube. It gives me such a thrill and I absolutely love hearing all your stories. In case we haven't met already, I'm Fanula, live, work, and garden here in gorgeous Zone 9B, which is amazing that I'm Zone 9B. I am not Mesa, Arizona. I'm not Davis. We're all Zone 9B. I'm here in Petaluma, where we get the fog coming and going and giving us the best climate in the world. I am not responsible for the climate, but oh my goodness, I'm so grateful for it. And one of the great things about this climate is that we can grow so many different kinds of citrus trees. It is quite amazing. We don't get that cold, and if we do, we can protect them easy enough. But most of the citrus that I grow in my own garden really barely need protecting because we have a fabulous climate. What I want to focus on today, though, out of all these amazing citrus trees, is the most popular lemon in California. And what that is the Meyer lemon. Now we're going to head home to my garden in just a minute to have a look at my Meyer, which I absolutely adore. But let me tell you a little bit about it first. It is it's an incredible tree. I mean, generally they're not grown as trees unless they've been shaped as a tree to grow in a pot, and it's absolutely gorgeous like that. But the most productive ones, you grow them like a big, giant, overgrown shrub. And they are so productive. They are seldom, if ever, without fruit. You're going to see mine in just a few minutes back home in Petaluma, out in the countryside where I live, 7 miles that way, basically. It's hardly ever without fruit, and right now it is super loaded with lemons. And oh my, those lemons are extra tasty because a Meyer lemon is a natural cross between a mandarin and a true lemon. They're super sweet, super delicious, super sweet. So when you're making lemonade from a Meyer lemon, you don't need to add quite as much sugar, which is great, and you get that true lemon taste. Oh, absolutely incredible. But even before the lemons, you have incredibly fragrant flowers. And I don't know, if you know this, but hummingbirds even love the flowers. Pollinators love them. Bees love them. Hummingbirds love them. Makes me so happy to see a hummingbird visiting my lemon tree at home. Right now, I don't have flowers on my lemon tree at home. This young plant here does have some flowers on it. What I have are thousands of lemons. So we're going to go visit those in just a minute while I do a little bit of harvesting of my lemons and tell you even more about my favorite lemon tree of all, the Meyer. Okay, so meet my Meyer lemon tree. It is kind of crazy. 15 or 20 years ago, when I planted this wonderful tree, I did everything I was supposed to do. It was in full sun, excellent drainage, regular water. Well, lo and behold, this oak tree grew up and over it and gave it more shade than I think a Meyer lemon would want. However, it doesn't seem to be bothering the lemon tree in the slightest. I picked about 30 or 40 lemons this morning, and as you can see, it is still completely loaded. But let's back up here a second. What does your Meyer lemon actually want? Well, like all citrus trees, it really would prefer to have 6 to 8 hours of good sunlight. That includes your afternoon sun. Now, to be fair, it does actually get a decent amount of sun, except in the highest summer when the oak tree is blocking it, but it does get at least 5 hours of good sun. So that tells me, and also I reassured myself with a little bit of research, the Meyer is one of those citrus trees that does okay with a little less sunlight. Proof right behind me. Hundreds and hundreds of lemons on this tree. It's quite amazing. So what else does your lemon tree want? It wants excellent drainage, regular water, because you picture what your lemon is, 99.9% water. You want a nice, juicy lemon, tart, delicious, sweet the way this lemon is supposed to be. The other thing a lemon tree really needs is regular feeding. All citrus are pretty heavy feeders, and a Meyer lemon is no exception. So what I do for this sweetie over here is I start feeding it in about the middle of February. If we're going to get any frost in the winter at all, it's usually over and done with by the time the plant takes up that fertilizer and starts producing new leaves, because that's really what you don't want. Fresh, new, tender growth getting hit by frost. You just don't need to stress your citrus tree in that particular way. So you start feeding middle of February. The tree starts taking up that fertilizer, starts pushing the new leaves about a month later, and by then we really don't get much frost. But having said that, the Meyer is one of the hardiest. It is hardy down to 20 degrees, and we really don't get that much over here in West Petaluma. So it's great. Feeding, you continue every 6 to 8 weeks or so, all the way till about 1st of September. That's my cutoff date. Because if we get frost, again, you don't want a whole ton of new growth. Another thing about overfeeding is sometimes you can end up pushing too much green growth, then you might get more bug problems. So even, steady, every 6 to 8 weeks or so of good organic fertilizer. That keeps your lemon really, really happy. So how do you know when your Meyer lemon is ripe? A ripe lemon is a beautiful golden color. Now, if you've grown other kinds of lemons, such as Eureka or Lisbon, they're fabulous lemons, by the way. They're a little more acidic yellow kind of a color, and a Meyer, because it's a cross between a mandarin and a true lemon, it's going to be more golden. Squishing them doesn't really tell you anything much, but when you pick your lemon, you want to give it a gentle twist, and it should come right off. And it does. There it is, nice ripe lemon. Here we are, middle of June. I'm picking lemons for lemonade. Perfect time of year for lemonade. It's excellent. And look at this. Barely, barely, barely made a dent on that lemon tree at all. And it's going to keep on producing for weeks, if not months to come. I absolutely love my lemon tree. I'll freeze the juice because there's only so much. I give away a lot. I juice it. I love drinking the lemon juice in a cup of hot water in the morning, but I also just cannot barely keep up with the lemons. So I do freeze a lot of the juice in the ice cube maker, and it's so cool to pop an icy, cold, lemony ice cube in a nice drink any day in the summer. So yes, I highly recommend the Meyer lemon. So it was discovered all the way back in the early 1900s by Fred Meyer or Frank Meyer, and it's been popular ever since. California's favorite lemon for really, really good reason. So I think I've told you everything I need to tell you about the lemon, but I got to tell you one more thing. Somebody sent me these fabulous boots, a company called High C. I didn't ask for them, they sent them, and I tell you, not the first time I've been sent something, but it's the first time I've actually really, really loved them. They're comfortable, they're great for just pulling on in the morning when I wander out to the garden or head over to the chickens or whatever. They're super comfy, and I think they're actually kind of cute too. So, waterproof, of course, great soles on them. I really do like them. I'm a boot person. How these guys knew I liked boots anyway, no idea. Maybe I mentioned boots somewhere in some other video, but I'm thrilled to bits with them. Can't say enough good things about them. And if you guys want to get a pair just like them, there will be a link in the description. Click on the link, and I will make a little bit of a commission on everything that you buy with the company, but don't let that pressure you. If you love the boots, just go for them. I do like them myself. I would never ever recommend something that I don't actually like, so trust me on that one. And I do love these boots. Anyway, back to lemons. Highly recommend them. They're great in containers too, by the way. Just make sure it's a decent sized container, And if you're growing it in a good sized container, half wine barrel is actually a really perfect size container, but you can go a little smaller still. If you grow it in a container, it's not going to get as big as it would if it was in the ground. In the ground, they get to about 10 to 12 feet tall and wide with no pruning whatsoever. If you grow it in a pot, 4 to 6 feet. They're semi-dwarfing naturally, so they're never going to grow up and be big and tall and, you know, be a shade tree for you or anything, but they're just going to produce so much on a nice, compact, shrubby tree. You're going to be thrilled to bits. In a container, of course, make sure the drainage is excellent also. So yeah, pretty much my favorite lemon. Highly recommend it, and I hope you love it too if you ever get to bring one home. Ooh, one more thing, pruning that doesn't really need it. Does not really need pruning, which is great. The less work you have to do in the garden, the better really, because you probably have a whole bunch of other things that need a lot more attention. But it is kind of nice to prune out that thickety growth that the Meyer lemon produces, just so that you can get in there and reach all the lemons that are growing, and also that you can increase the air circulation, because that's always a good thing. Air circulation really helps with, you know, fungal problems or any kind of disease problems or whitefly. And which brings me to talk about pests of a lemon tree. Let's talk about pests and problems for a second. There's really not very many, but the kind of pests that you might find on your Meyer would be the same that any citrus could struggle from. Slugs and snails like to hide in the leaves and will, you know, take a few bites off the leaves. The usual slugs and snails remedies works on them. Scale can be a big problem, and scale are a pain in the neck. Usually ants are involved, so you're going to have to fight the ants, fight the scale. There are lots of techniques for that, and there's products for that. Other than that, I mean, this particular tree has given me zero problems whatsoever. Every now and again, I will notice, especially after a particularly cold winter, that my tree probably needs an extra bit of nitrogen, extra bit of iron. In the cold weather, citrus trees have a harder time taking up iron, and it shows in the leaves when you get a yellow leaf with green veining. That's how you know it needs some iron. Simple enough, you just go to your local garden center, grab some iron product. Chelated iron is really good, and feed your tree accordingly. So yeah, pretty simple. Thank you so much everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a lot about Meyer lemons. I hope you really are determined to go out and get yourself one, or if you have one already, that you learned how to take care of it a little bit better. Honest to goodness, they are really simple and easy and so productive and so rewarding. It's insane. So yeah, I highly advise everybody to go on out there, get yourself a Meyer lemon. The other thing I want to do right now is to thank High C for sending me these boots. I love them. And if you think you'd like to try a pair on, there's a coupon. Don't quite know how this works, but I bet you guys will figure it out. The code is CGP20, and you check out my comments. We will link it there so that you can find out how to get to highc.com. Use the code, get yourself some boots. They didn't pay me to say anything about them. I just do really happen to love them, and I'm very grateful to them for sending me the boots. So there you go, everybody. Hope you liked today's video. I hope you're having a fabulous time in your own gardens. And until next time, happy gardening.